to change the fishing world right here, this stuff.
Yeah, this technology is pretty cool stuff.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen that before. That was unbelievable.
That is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen walleye fishing. There it is.
That's a giant walleye.
You got her? Got her. Ontario, buddy, Canada.
Ontario. Oh, never seen anything like that.
Woo.
The Fishin' Canada Show, brought to you in part by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Stearns, trusted on the water since 1952. Mercury Outboards, #1 on the water. And Outdoor Canada, Canada's only national fishing and hunting magazine.
Well, folks, we're back in the wonderful district of Algoma, 22,000 square miles of fish-filled wilderness encompassing the largest crown game reserve in the world, the Chapleau Crown Game Reserve. And we're in the middle of it, at Loch Island Lodge on Wabatongushi Lake. I'm here on a special mission, if you will, with the help of my friend and Garmin electronics expert, Danny Thompson.
So we're gonna just basically map this sucker out. We're gonna take an existing mapped lake on the Garmin charts, right on the lake view charts, on the Canadian lake view charts.
Yep.
And then we're gonna defy it and change it and make it that much better, right?
Exactly.
A lot of definition to it, so that's perfect. And you know what, we're gonna find, I think we're gonna see so much by doing this. I can't wait to figure this stuff out, you know, so it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait, my brother.
The new Garmin technology that Danny and I are using today is called Quick Draw Contours, and that's exactly what it does. With the aid of the latest and greatest chirp technology, which translates to compressed, high-intensity, radiated pulse, an accurate and permanent picture is drawn right before your eyes. Our sophisticated sonar sends out enough pings to scan 150 feet on either side of the boat and in real time draws new contour lines on our chart plotter in 1 foot increments. Now, we've talked about structure before, but let's review it so you can understand what Quick Draw is actually doing. Structure is any change in contour of the bottom of a body of water that causes a change in depth. Points, vertical shorelines like bluff walls, ledges, and old river or creek channels are some examples.
Yeah, this technology is pretty cool stuff. I mean, just the ability to find new fishing spots. So you can see where it's colored. That's actually the area that we're recording. So when we come back, we can do like where we call it mowing the grass. We'll come back and we'll just make sure that we keep connecting the green, and we'll cover that area completely.
Okay, I get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your new Quick Draw map is recorded and saved on an SD card, which can then be viewed in the EchoMap and GPS Map Garmin lineup. And finally, you can even share your new maps on the Garmin Connect community website. How's that for technology?
Now, the one thing about it, we're driving the boat really slow here, but that's just because I'm just taking all this in, because I've never done this before. Okay, Danny's just giving me the lowdown, but as long as your transducer is reading clearly, if your boat goes 20 mile an hour with a good reading, you can do this, right?
Exactly.
You can really map quickly.
Exactly.
So I don't think you have to drive this slow. I'm just doing this because I'm enjoying it and taking it all in. You know what I mean? It's so cool. Wow, this is going to change the fishing world right here. This stuff. That's coming up nice. I like that.
See, and that's cool because that's something that wasn't even on this map. And so we just drew those contour lines with that little hump right there, and it never even existed on this
Exactly.
map. So, you know, now we know there's a fishing spot here. There's a rock pile. I can see it on side view.
Yeah.
And our traditional.
Yeah.
Right here, there's a bunch of fish right here just stacked up right behind that rock pile. So you see the rock pile, school of fish, and now a flat.
It's flat. So they're right on that edge, right? They're working that edge. Now you can mark a waypoint on that, by the way, too, right?
Yeah. So we'll come down. We'll put a waypoint on them, and that's why this is important. You can see those fish are 19.3 feet behind us already. So that's the benefit of being able to do that. So yeah, I'm just going to come in here. I'm just going to hit mark, and we will have a waypoint right on that spot.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn around. I'm going to see if we can pop one or two under those fish.
Sounds
why
good
not?
to me.
We'll have a little fish time, and then we'll go back to working some more stuff and finding more areas and mapping it as we go. Why not try and catch one, too, while we're at it? See what they were, right?
That works for me.
I love it. You know, back in the day, you'd have laid marker buoys out. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? But now, with your fish finder and the GPS drawing you a trail like that, it's a no-brainer. It's a good pike. We'll take him as a fun one.
It's a bonus.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I was surprised a pike wasn't biting this.
Yeah, exactly.
This bait. It just looks like a pike bait here. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. He does not like the boat.
He does not like our boat, does it? I'm gonna pull the boat out, speaking of which, just a little bit.
Just a
Up the
beautiful
rocks.
spot.
Let's get him in the net and then we'll...
Here he comes.
Hey man, buddy.
Here he goes. There we go.
Nice job, bud.
Well, that was fun, if nothing else, right?
Absolutely, pulls a drag, right?
Heck yeah. Yeah, look at that
Right
guy
on the belly
right
there. Beautiful.
That's a nice pike. I'll take him.
Look at the slime coming off him. There's your Canadian pike right there, buddy.
Heck yeah, that's fun.
Nicely done, man.
That's fun. Let's see if we
Yeah.
can't get a few more of
Look at
those.
the gut
even.
on him. Wow.
Oh, he's eating good.
Yeah, put him back, buddy. That's a great fish. Look at the belly on that fish, too.
That
eh?
is a nice fish there.
Awesome. He'll take off like crazy.
There, well, there he goes.
Look at
That's awesome.
good job. Okay, now catch a walleye that size, and you're my hero. Okay.
All right.
Right on.
Pull out my secret bait here.
That's fun though. That's fun.
That was fun.
Now, when Garmin comes up with fish finding technology like that Loon's got, bud, well, you got it all covered then. Those things they've got amazing
Fish finding
eyes.
goggles.
Oh yeah, you got the underwater eyes then. The Garmin Loon goggles. This is awesome technology. And we've fully drawn the contours on this point, and we're just working the contours that we drew.
On a day like today, man, I'm proud of this fish. Look at him.
I love the way the lines are all joining up now. Now it's starting to draw the perfect picture,
Yep.
right? You go out a little deeper, and
Yeah,
you've got,
and really, you know, if we made another pass, you know, the more
It's almost-
passes you make, the better it gets.
it's almost done after 3
Yeah.
passes in
Oh,
a place
yeah.
like this, right?
And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to come map your whole lake.
Exactly.
Just do your hot spots to kind of have a better understanding of what's down there.
Yeah, and why the fish are there, or to find the spot on the spot, right? Because sometimes
Exactly.
that's the key,
Exactly.
right? You're saying, I'm getting the odd fish here or whatever, and all of a sudden you find this 3 rocks sitting in one spot, and all of a sudden there's 3 smallmouth that are always in this big Mongo smallmouth that live around that area or something like that. It's like, wow, that's why, you know. This is awesome technology. One problem we may have on this shoot is there's a mayfly hatch just starting to happen, and that can just knock
can
the
kill
heck
it.
out of you, man. That
Yep.
can hurt. So that can hurt real bad. When a mayfly hatch happens, walleye, they just can't help themselves. It's the easiest food for them to get. So they're hatching on the bottom. Muddy bottoms, I think, really is where they started. The muddy
Yeah.
bottoms, they hatch up. And these walleyes, they just sit there and just swim through this stuff that's hatching and just eat and eat and eat. So
Yep.
the larvae, the hatchlings that come up, or whatever it is, they just eat it all. And the hatch is on big time. If you get lucky enough to catch a fish, clean them, to eat them, belly will be right full, eh? Just
Yep.
full of black bugs. And they don't eat anything else. They don't go on minnows or anything. I mean, they will, but they try not to. So in case you're wondering, you're seeing Danny and I chart a lot of this lake with this new technology, this quick draw technology. We've all been doing it sitting at the helm and driving the boat around, blah, blah, blah. What we do now is we stop the boat, keep it on, and we can still chart. Is that correct?
Yeah. So we actually, you know, we're fishing. We got our traditional sonar screen up, and we're just kind of sitting here working this break line that we started a map on, and as we fish and move up the line, we're continuing to draw our map and make it better, and even fill in some of the holes that we might have actually missed when we came through the first time.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, because you'll see when you're running this stuff, it's kind of neat. It just leaves this little path out there, but you got to kind of overlap the paths. If you don't overlap it, there's a little white spot, or there's a little, like we get the color shading on, there's a little white spot. And then what he's saying is that you just fill that in when you're fishing, and then by the time you're done, if you fish this point real thoroughly for, 2 or 3 hours, you've got it charted by fishing it too. So that's awesome.
Did you know that lakes in Ontario are classified by scientists based on their fertility? The classifications are derived from Greek terms, and they are oligotrophic, mesotrophic, and eutrophic. The ancient Greek word trophy means nutrients, so the trophic nature of a lake describes how rich in nutrients it is. This can depend on many things, including depth, area, watershed size, adjacent land use, and climate. Oligotrophic lakes have a low nutrient content. They have deep, clear water, rocky and sandy bottoms, and very little algae. This is a common lake trout habitat. Eutrophic lakes have a high nutrient content and are found where the soil is more fertile and where there's a lot of farmland. Eutrophic lakes are shallow and have murky water and mucky soft bottoms. This is the lake type that largemouth bass thrive in. Mesotrophic lakes are in the middle when it comes to nutrient content. They have clear water with some algae bloom in late summer. These lakes are perfect for walleye, northern pike, and smallmouth bass. With all this diversity at our doorstep, it's an easy choice to go fish in Ontario.
There's one.
Got one?
There we go.
Look at the drop off. Perfect.
There we go.
Is he a
Right on
netter?
that contour we drew.
Is he a netter or no?
Ooh, it feels like a good one. Yeah, grab the net on this guy.
Why not? They're few and far
Here
between,
he comes. Here he comes.
see. Oh, yeah?
That's a tough bite, but
Nice.
we'll take that
Get him in.
fish.
Get him over
Come here,
here.
buddy.
All
Right
right.
there.
On a day like today, on a bite like this, when the mayfly hatch is on and there's tons of little minnows right here, any of these fish are good, right? It's a
Heck
tough.
yeah.
It's a tough bite. And we've fully drawn the contours on this point, and we're just working the contours that we drew.
Not a giant fish, but on a day like today, man, I'm proud of this fish. Look
his-
at
Look at his
him.
weaponry right there. Those
That
things,
is cool.
Those things will hurt you.
And they're just beautiful. I mean, he's got almost like a blue in his fins up here. These
You know what?
Canadian walleyes
That-
are pretty cool.
When the boys, and they're having a camp like Loch Island, and they wanted to have shore lunch fish, that's the perfect walleye right there for shore lunch. We're gonna put them back because the boys have already got some from yesterday, so we're good. Put them
All
back,
right,
buddy.
let's
Nicely
go back,
done.
Throw him back.
Nicely done. Drop 'em right by your jig there. Let a belly release him. Beautiful.
There he goes.
All right, brother.
All right.
We're getting there.
Let's see if we can get a couple more.
We're getting there. We're working a nice point here now. We went through again. We just graphed the point like that with our charts. We didn't have to because we got the depth finder, we got the fish finder, right? So we're seeing the contours and the breaks. But now we're really defining it. Now we've got this written out, and there's little bends and little subtle stuff of that. And he got this straight out for 15 to 13, then starts to go down like that. Now it drops way off over here. We know exactly what we're fishing now. So
And they're biting soft. I'm literally just dragging it down that wall right now. and
you
that's-
almost have to do that on these crazy bite days. You know what I mean? On these days that the mayfly, these fish are full and they're not. There's two bites to a walleye. There is the thump, hey, the real aggressive thump, and otherwise it's like, is that bottom or is that a fish? Then you feel, and you set the hook. And this is that day right now, right? So good job, buddy.
Cool.
Maybe we're onto something. That's nice. I like that. This is a perfect spot. This is perfect. The loon is right up that point. Isn't
Wow.
it? Yeah, look at him.
Look at that.
He's way-
There's so much bait down there. I guarantee you that's what he's looking
Oh, he's
at.
just gorging on anything he wants, right? This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen that before. That was
Whoa, Ontario, buddy, Canada. You got her?
Oh,
You got her.
He
Yeah,
looks
might be a
better.
pike. I'm not sure, but yeah. Let's do it like it is a walleye.
It's a pike.
Is it?
It is
The loon is going after my fish. See this? A
That
loon
was
goes. You see that?
unbelievable.
And it's a walleye.
And that's
It's
a nice
The
wall.
loon went after my fish. I can't. The loon wasn't even around here. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen that before. That was
Whoa!
unbelievable.
Because we're trying to see what kind of fish it was. Then all these. There he is, right there. Can you imagine? A loon is going after a fish this size. I sat on that fish, boom, like that, and I thought, oh, it felt, decent, half decent, like that. Reel him in, got a glimpse of it. Danny says, I think it's a pike, but he probably saw the streak of the loon. And then I'm looking and saying, what's going on here? And this big white blob underneath it. Wow. Hey, right on.
Oh, look at that.
Hey,
Off in the
popped
net.
out. I love it. That fish right there almost got struck down by a loon. That is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in walleye fishing.
That is. I mean, I looked because it was like it was pumping out like a pike.
Yeah.
It was trying to get away from the loon is
That's
what it was doing.
Yeah, because they normally don't fight that hard. Oh, that's so awesome. You deserve to live, buddy. Be safe out there, because she's a tough world. He's got pike and loons after him. Hey, Ontario, buddy, Canada.
Ontario.
I'm telling you, we
Never
got it
seen
all
anything
here.
like that.
As unique as this loon attack seemed to be to Danny and I, we found out later at the lodge that Cornelius, the infamous loon, was well known in these parts as a stalker of boats and attacker of hooked fish.
This loon is trying to steal our walleye, and he's mad. Unbelievable.
You never know what to expect on an Algoma fishing trip. Today's hotspot is a rocky point about midway up the southern portion of Wabatongushi Lake in the Algoma region of Ontario. The waypoint on your screen will get you there. We found fish anywhere from 8 to 20 plus feet deep, so definitely use your electronics to scour this area for fish. We graphed and charted this point extensively so the lodge now knows exactly what's going on under the surface. Slow depth crawlers along with regular jigs and ice fishing jigs work best for us. As well, this is the spot where we encountered the infamous Cornelius, the fish-stealing loon. Quite the sight to behold. For more hotspots like this one, check out fishingcanada.com.
Now we have this beautiful map of this spot. We got our sonar. Look at the fish under the boat right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a big one. I think we need to catch that one right there.
Buddy, look at that. You got
Holy
bait around
moly.
it too. He's swimming too.
Wow. We might have found some big ones here.
Let's see if we can jig one up, bud. Oh, I got one. It's pulling good. I got my drag set real loose. This might be a big northern.
It's staying down like a walleye, though, is the thing.
Unless I put it in his belly because I'm jigging it.
Yeah.
Whoa, it feels like a walleye's head, buddy.
It feels like a walleye.
That feels like a big walleye.
It does. It's just big head
He's shaking
shakes.
his head like, I don't know.
It's a nice fish. I mean,
Whatever it is a good fish.
This is what we're here for.
Yeah, whatever it is a dandy. Please be a walleye. In the mouth. That's what I'm hoping for. I got this drag set so loose because he's going to take another run.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't feel like a pike because he should have taken off like 100 miles an hour, right?
And he's staying straight down.
Yeah.
The pike, they'll go out. Ooh. This could be good.
I don't want to lose this fish. Oh, yeah. Look at this.
Oh.
Hello.
I honestly think this is a big walleye.
Yeah, you know what? I think I do too. The way he's fighting, he hasn't taken off like a northern, like a crazy northern. He may, but right now everything has been boom, 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 head shakes. And,
Just see those head, look at those head shakes.
You gotta like the head shake, don't you?
The rod is just pumping. I'm like shaking at my knees right here. I'm excited to see what comes up.
But I'm babying this fish, folks. Just to let you know, because
okay.
I want this fish to come in. So I'm really babying it. I'm not letting anything. I mean, if he gets off, he gets off. But we're out in deep. We're out now in deep. How deep are we now, Dan?
We've drifted out into 22 feet of water right now.
Yeah.
And actually, I can see that fish on the sonar right now.
How big do you look?
Look at that. He's big.
Up.
He's big. Here he comes.
There it is.
That
It's a big
that's
walleye.
Giant.
It's a big walleye.
Giant
Hang on, buddy. And he's in the mouth too. He's in the mouth.
That's
he didn't
a nice
like us.
fish.
It's a great walleye.
Oh my gosh.
You got her?
Oh,
I
got her.
That's a gorgeous.
I tell you what, that's a beauty.
It's a nice walleye, man. Look at that tank of a walleye. Oh, and I was saying, I noticed something. I said, look at it on the back. Look at the scar on her back there. I don't know what that, maybe a pike or something that did that. How's that for a walleye? What a fighter, though. I mean, she's not huge. It's a great fish.
That's a beautiful
It's a big
fish.
walleye, especially for northern Ontario.
Wow.
The Algoma region, like that's a fantastic fish up here. But wow, look at that, just a beauty. And look at the golden belly on it, like that. These fish are.
That's
an old
that's
fish.
a fat
That's
fish.
an old
yeah,
fish
I mean,
up here.
For them to get that big up here, they've got to be pretty old.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at the big eyeballs on her too, buddy. Look at that, eh?
That's a great fish.
Danny.
That was fun.
That was fun, charting this whole area out.
Got me excited there.
I love it, graphing the whole area out, the whole 9 yards. Here we go, Mama. You fought so well. A little boost, like that. And look at, gone.
There she goes.
Woo! Beauty fish.
That was fun.
Brother.
That was
nice.
awesome.
Nice.
To me, this trip to Loch Island Lodge was very rewarding. Although catching big walleye was tough due to the mayfly hatch, I came out of it with newfound knowledge. I learned how to completely revise old, outdated hydrographic charts and as well start a new journey, if you will, in learning how to interpret, with the finest of detail, every lake and river I hit from here on. Look out, fish. We just added a new weapon to our already deadly arsenal. To get to today's newly mapped walleye water, I first drove north on Highway 400 to 69. I turned northwest on Highway 17, and then turned northeast on 519 to the town of Dubreuilville. From there it was dirt roads to the meeting area of this drive-to lodge. Please note, Loch Island Lodge has a strict policy of using only their camp boats. We were granted special access in order to update the camp's hotspots with our advanced Garmin mapping system.
Today's KLP is K for knowledge, and in today's case, knowledge of my electronics. By having an electronics expert from Garmin with me today, I get to go over all the latest and greatest features of these units, and then I can use that for the rest of the season. I can even take it back and tell Ange, hey, look at this, look at that. This is fantastic stuff. We're always learning in fishing. It's all about knowing all your equipment to make you a better angler.
The Fishin' Canada Show, brought to you in part by Coleman, the outdoor company, Cooper Tires, Princecraft Boats, dominate the waters, and Garmin, Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Closed captioning provided by Lithium Pros, the one battery you need.